Traders, something massive is about to hit these markets. And my question for you is, are you ready for the next move? We're talking the cryptocurrencies. We're talking stock market, even gold and silver. I believe we're getting ready for an extraordinary quality move that we've been waiting for this entire year. And I'm going to share with you the exact pattern, why this is happening, and what we can expect next, and why I'm saying that something massive is about to hit these markets from here. So I want to start off with the Japanese yen. And by the way, traders, if you'd like to work with me personally and actually join my inner circle where I'm coaching you every single week, then second link in the description, you can see the details about the inner circle. You can see my equity curve, who am I, testimonials, and all that sort of stuff. Second link in the description there, guys. So one of the things that we see of how these markets work and how they operate is I'm looking at the Japanese yen right now, and I'm utilizing this as an example of why I see something really big happening across something massive, and something massive is about to hit all these markets. And the reason why I'm saying that is this, is that if I bring this up, just say for example, I bring up this 2-minute chart here. Now this is a 2-minute chart, but I want to share something with you here, okay? Whenever we go through these different phases, right? So we go through, whenever the market goes through these different phases, we go through these sort of nothing going on phase, right? See that through there? See how there's nothing going on through there? Well, that's what's called a resting phase, or a time phase, or a refueling phase. And then we break out and we go through a nothing, and then we go through, and then we end up what? And then we end up making a really big move. Now I'm looking at a shorter term time frame chart, but I'm trying to give you the example of what happens here with this, right? So if I let's bring up as an example, if we just look at how these markets work, let's go to this chart here, and I want to bring up the gold market here, right? Bring up the gold market, and then I want to bring up, not you, let's bring up here. So as you can see, every time the market is in a very strong upward trend, which a lot of these are, and we start to do this here, and we start to do this here for a few months, see how that sideways period for a few months. This is where it gets really awesome. Whenever we get these sideways periods for a few months and nothing's going on, there tends to be, now this is a weekly chart here now as an example, but there tends to be a really nice breakout in these markets. And when the market does start to break out, we tend to what? We tend to trend strongly for a few months. And now we've been doing this for another month or so as well too, right now in gold. So the reason why this is so important for you is because the last few months, it's been choppy as hell, right? Not much going on, and a lot of people probably getting chewed up. Now, if I go to the stock market, let's go to the S&P 500, and let's bring up the daily charts here for a minute. Look what's been happening here overall on the S&P 500. Absolutely nothing really since December, January, February. We have now had 3 months of doing nothing in the markets. Now remember I said before, how these markets work, how they operate. The reason why this is so exciting, the reason why this is so amazing, so powerful, is because when we do know that when this ends and we start to break out and we start to trend, it's probably going to be a really strong breakout, and it's probably going to go through a really nice move, which could create some really amazing trading opportunities. The question for you is, are you ready for it? Now, I don't know where it's going to go. Like, are we going to break out to the downside? Or are we going to break out to the upside? Right? Are we going to break down or are we going to break up? That, I don't know. But this is where it gets really awesome. When we start to get this movement here, we're likely to see that there. NASDAQ as well too. Look at the NASDAQ. Look at the NASDAQ. What's the NASDAQ been doing? Absolutely nothing through all this time. Ooh. Right? As you can see through there. What's the Dow Jones? Dow Jones, same thing. We've been volatile, but really haven't going anywhere. So this is really, 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 really exciting, because once we do start to get once we evacuate the building here, once we evacuate this sort of section through here, this is when we are likely to start to make some really, really, really significant moves. The question for you is that, are you patient? Or are you letting your powder disappear from taking maybe trades and not getting into really good trades? And this is the same thing for like a lot of markets. The oil market. What's the oil market been doing really overall? This is the oil market here. Oil market's not going to make a really big move, right? Even coming down to like Bitcoin, right? Forget the moving average here. But what's Bitcoin been doing? Last time this happened, right? The last time this happened, we ended up getting what? And a massive breakout, and it went from 50 to 100 in about 2 days. Well, felt like it, didn't it? Right? No, in about a few months that happened there. From September through to about 4 months, right? We had a really big move, and now we're doing one of these again. Now, one of these doesn't mean it's going to go up, right? Doesn't mean it's going to go up. As you can see, we're getting some pretty strong selling movement out of the old Bitcoin, right? A nice big selling point through there. So it may be on the downside. We may be getting ready for a movement on the downside here with Bitcoin, because whenever we do get these periods through here, the last few times, as you can see, have been up. And we may get that there and big move up, there, big move up. We're developing one of these things through here. So we're getting that through there. So the purpose of me saying this here, the purpose of me doing this video for you is because whenever we do get these sideways periods, it means there's energy building. And that means that very soon we're about to evacuate the building. I don't know if it's going to be up or down, but whenever we do get that breakout, it tends to trend really strongly. And at that point, there could be some amazing buying opportunities, like call options, or there could be one of the greatest shorting opportunities, which I believe on oil, by the way, or we're looking for put options, and then we can have a really nice, significant move. Either way, guys, get ready for a really big breakout.